special treat. Hello, welcome to YouTube Live at E3, hosted by Rooster Teeth, the best, most professional outfit in town.
Absolutely.
That's us.
That's us.
In LA?
Yeah.
Come on.
Right, absolutely. I'm Ashley.
I'm Gus.
We didn't introduce ourselves.
I'm Adam.
But I guess we should.
Was there a before? I don't know if there was a before.
No,
Hey,
there
I'm
wasn't.
Bernie, everybody.
So, E3 kicking off now today. Saturday, EA is the first one to go. Their media briefing is coming up here in just a couple of minutes, like 20 minutes now, and we're going to watch it live with you guys.
Was EA the first publisher to have the big conference outside of E3? Because that
I
seems
think
to be the
so.
trend now.
I think they start with EA Play.
Not Nintendo?
Nintendo's done their thing.
Yeah, I mean,
publicly
besides maybe
a
the
couple of
platforms,
times,
yeah.
but they did a partnership. Nintendo did a couple of years ago. I think it was Wii U stuff with Best Buy.
Buy,
So they
yeah.
did Best Buys around the country.
The Treehouse.
Yeah, but well, not even their stream, but they had a bunch of activations in Best Buys where people could go play the games that they were showing at E3. But then EA is the first one to, I think, set up shop outside E3.
And extending the conference while they're at it.
Yeah, so they are they're in Hollywood. They've got this whole event set up,
So
and they're
basically we all show up a day early.
yeah, we all know E3 starts a day early because they want us to do a weekend event.
Thanks.
Thanks, EA.
But not only that, though, they're also pushing the envelope because they're holding the EA Play event across town. It's not even by the convention center. It's in Hollywood, and everything else is in downtown
Well, that's
LA.
probably why they hold it on Saturday. That way when the event's over, you get in your car, and then by the time you're done driving, by the time Tuesday rolls around, you're in downtown.
The good news about this is that if this trend continues, that E3 will be a year-round event, and eventually part of it will be in your town as well. They'll start like moving further and further away from the date and from the place.
Hey, what are you doing in your living room, June 2025? We need about 300 square feet in your town.
Sweetie, there's someone named Reggie Filzani here to see you. He wants to talk to you about what's coming up.
It's like the old Wii commercials where the dudes show up with the Wii.
We would
At-
like to play.
Yeah, at the door. Yeah.
So what do you guys think EA is going to show this year? I mean, we know
Battlefield 5.
because they've revealed that.
Right.
We're expecting a lot out of Anthem.
Yeah, that's
FIFA, Madden. I mean, you got. I feel like.
now
sports-
you're reaching,
sports
Gus.
franchise.
I don't know that they're going to talk about
I
sports.
feel like-
Why would they do that?
I feel like we definitely know what we're in for with an EA conference. I feel like it's
They don't surprise too much.
right. Like last year, I think the big surprise at the EA conference was A Way Out, which turned out to be an amazing game. And I think that those are the things that maybe were that are going to surprise us, like the smaller titles, maybe some indie stuff that we're not expecting. Because I think that's what I'm always most surprised at with the EA conference.
And they do a pretty good job, too, of having at least one or two pretty solid indies that they spotlight. Last year, A Way Out, which I think EA published, but I still consider an indie just the way it was developed. They went ahead and published it, but all of the control stayed with the developer. So the developer made the calls like only needing one copy to do co-op. And it released for, was that a $30 game?
I believe so.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so the developer had the freedom to set all of those details, and then EA helped them get the word out. I thought that was pretty cool, and I'd like to see them do that with another game this year because I thought EA treated A Way Out very well.
I think that something I'm expecting to hear today is the phrase, "We've listened to our community." I think we're going to hear that a lot. We're going to hear that specifically around Battlefield, and if they do anything around Battlefront.
And then probably Anthem as well, right? We'd probably hear some.
Do you think we'll hear the word loot box or microtransaction
I think we're going to hear
at all?
no pay to win. I
yeah.
think they really went hard on that with the Battlefield 5 reveal. They were like, and this is great news, no pay to
They
win.
actually use the phrase "pay to win." Really?
Yeah, it was in and in like a bunch of tweets and social media they're really trying to drive that message home, which means you can expect all kinds of cosmetic loot boxes.
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job finally when they came around with Battlefront 2 and sort of fixed all of the, not fixed, but adjusted all of their microtransactions to exclude things like star cards and only include cosmetics.
And it is important to note, I guess, that they did at least remove the microtransaction, the loot box stuff from Battlefront 2 the night before it launched. So it at least didn't launch with all that stuff. It's just the people who had EA access and who could get in before the game technically launched who had access to it. And they did say it was temporary, it's coming back and all that, but they at least took it down before launch and reworked it.
Yeah, I hope we're going to see, like, this is, a lot of people are asking for this, but hopefully we'll see something out there like Skate 4. But, you
Dead
never
Space, speculation, Dead Space.
know. Do we know who owns that IP now? Because Visceral shut down.
Well,
right?
Visceral was part of EA.
Right. So
Right.
I guess,
I guess
the
EA
ownership
would
just
own it.
roll up into EA.
Well, I
But-
think if it outlier possible announcements, I think I'm hoping for Dead Space, some kind of announcement at the C3 about a new Dead Space game because I'd love to play it. But I think I'm curious what the trajectory for EA is. Like if I look at them and I look at the titles they have and the depth of like licensed content they have, I just like it wouldn't surprise me if somewhere down the road if like there was an acquisition by Disney or something major because Disney doesn't have any kind of presence really in interactive. You know, nothing super strong. Not
They
like
did,
an
but
EA
they
or
shut down a lot of it.
yeah, the Disney interactive stuff. Yeah, but they focused a lot. I mean, Disney's strategy has changed a lot with Marvel now and Lucasfilm as well, and so it's wide open. If you saw the Wreck-It Ralph trailer, they have this trailer about Wreck-It Ralph goes to the internet, but they basically just go to the Disney website.
It's a Disney commercial.
Yeah, it's a huge Disney commercial. So it's like they have to realize that they don't have a play in that world, in the video game world. Might be why they took
The
Ralph out of video games.
The closest, really, at this point is Kingdom Hearts, which also hoping to hear a whole bunch more about with Kingdom Hearts 3, but that'll be on Monday during the Square Enix conference, which starts bright and early.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think a game like Kingdom Hearts could be made again, but now it can be across a lot of all these different franchises because they're all under one roof.
It's a lot easier after all the acquisitions. Once you own every property, hey, no problem.
I'd probably put a clause in there somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think I think a Skate 4 or a Skate something remastered is not out of the question. There's been a lot of chatter about it. They just turned all the old Skate games servers back up.
Yeah, that was cool.
So that's kind of weird and crazy, interesting. People have been asking for Skate 4 for years. It's a more niche genre than a lot of the fields that they're playing in with like Madden and stuff, but like Skate diehards really love Skate. I know you had some great experiences with Skate.
Me?
Well, with Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah, I played a ton of Tony Hawk back on the Dreamcast in those days. I never really played much Skate.
Which
but-
one did you biff it on the Q?
Oh, that was Tony Hawk Ride, where it had the skateboard controller.
Three.
Yeah,
Man, that video was so good.
I was trying to relive my glory days of skating as a teenager, and I fucking lost it.
When I was
Fell flat on my ass.
when I was a teenager, I aspired to skate. I had a skateboard. I just wasn't really good at it, and we had no sidewalks where I grew up, and the roads were all graveled, so couldn't do a whole lot there. So I basically skated up and down my driveway.
Really?
Yeah, and that was about the extent of it. But I was like, I'm so cool.
Once you hit the gravel, that kind of caused a problem for you then.
Yeah, the first time. I went, boom.
But a big thing for developers and publishers is, you know, they have to put on these huge productions to announce these titles, but they have to keep them secret as well, which is really, really tough to do. I mean, you know, in the movie industry, you kind of know what's coming down the pipe because you always hear about so-and-so signed on to a project,
Right.
you know, or things like that. The video game industry tries to keep everything secret right up until the announcement of the thing, basically until the first trailer comes out. And they're getting worse and worse at it.
Yeah.
But it's hard with
Well, they have to work with retailers. I mean, that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
That's where the leak always happens. It's always like a retailer puts it up early or leaks some art or some kind of detail. Like that's what happened this year with Rage 2.
Oh, that was the
the whole
Walmart,
Walmart,
Canada
Right.
leak, and a bunch of those have now been confirmed. So one of the reasons to treat that list with skepticism is Final Fantasy VII Remake was also listed, and we don't think that's really feasible for a launch this year.
Trust Walmart.
We'll see what happens Monday morning with Square Enix if they've got some crazy surprise for us, and they've been pulling the hood over our eyes this whole
I like the
time.
idea of a Walmart web developer who just is a video game fan and wants to see certain titles come back. And he's just like, oh, yeah, sure, Metroid, we'll put that in. And they kind of have to make it at that
That
point.
kind of drives development. It's like, well, shit, people obviously wanted it. I guess we got to do something about it.
It's a good gig if you can get it. But I also think that the way that they promote these games is now affecting the way that they promote the games, because I really believe that Fallout 76 was announced by Bethesda because they had to start painting the side of that building. And there's no way you can hide.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
There's this kind of culture around the convention center, around E3, where there's certain locations that have just big blank walls, or the front of the convention center itself. It's always interesting to see, for me to see what games get placement in those places.
Right. There's the big one is the Wall of the Fig, which is a hotel that's just across, and that's the 3-panel one that you see photos of every year. There's usually a huge one over each door, and then there's a big one that goes along the wall of the convention center. And this is all on the outside.
Yes.
So there's usually like these 4 really big promo spaces, and it's really interesting to see because the publishers are clearly betting big on those ones.
And if Vault
Those are
Boy
not cheap.
goes up a week before, you know, guess what? It's not just a coincidence.
Yeah, there's not much you could hide. You can't paint the Vault Boy last because you're still painting like a vault or like the wasteland.
You could bait and switch and just write Fallout Shelter and peel it off, and it's Fallout 76 underneath.
Or you could just do a massive Vault Boy mural and then write at the bottom, Banksy. And then everyone will just think it's vandalism.
We should get on that list. Let's put something on there next year. Let's pick a game that doesn't exist and pay to have it painted on the side of that hotel, just to like give everyone a fake out.
On the list of many jobs that I could not do in my lifetime, painting something the size of a building is right near the top of that list.
Is it because of?
I have no idea how they do it.
Is it because of the skill of it, or is it because of the heights?
Adam, it's like you're there with a brush and you're painting here.
Yeah, I get that. But I'm talking about, is it the heights or the skill?
They use really
scale.
tiny brushes. To be clear, they're using like little like painter's brushes and palettes. Just on the side of the building.
Really? Like they're just using like Bob Ross?
They're using like 3 bristle brushes to get
a happy little Vault Boy.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's a really peaceful kind of job.
It'd be awesome if you get like an 8-foot wide roller though. Then I might be able to do it. And I could stand back like 3 blocks, then I might be able to do it.
Or maybe that's what you do. You put on like a headset that's like a third-person perspective of a drone camera that's floating way back behind you. That way, as you're painting, you're seeing it from that perspective instead of up close.
2 years, it'll all be holograms anyway.
Yep.
They'll be out of business, all these painters.
It'll be just a giant QR code in your AR device overlay. It'll be like the Jaws thing in Back to the Future 2 where it comes out and attacks Michael J. Fox.
Or to be Reggie Fils-Aimé at your house, just telling you what's what. He'll change the channel on your TV for you.
Addressing you directly by name.
Have we seen anything Star Wars related aside from potentially more Battlefront 2 content?
We have. We saw a whole studio got shut down.
Yeah, right. I'm saying that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything about the Visceral project since. I guess they said they were gonna take it, rework it, use what assets they could, but whatever they were making, this probably Uncharted-ish direction adventure game, they decided they want no interest. They have no interest in because it's not appropriate for games as a service. And which, just hearing that is soul crushing.
Yeah.
But I would be very interested in seeing if they're going to announce something new this year, because otherwise, Star Wars wise, it's probably just more Battlefront 2 content.
I always love to see like when those things get leaked over time, projects that almost happened but didn't, and that Star Wars project.
Like 1313.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked amazing. The Halo MMO from years ago. That was.
Right.
They released some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like the original Halo vision. It was like in the post Warcraft era, where somebody was working on, independent developer was working on, I shouldn't say independent, but third party developer was working on a Halo MMO that was very much in the style of like the WoW MMOs.
Do you think we're going to see anything from Mass Effect? I don't know that they're going to do it, but I'd like to see a Mass Effect trilogy remaster so they can at least try and, recoup some of their costs from Andromeda.
Yeah.
I would bet no.
And also so that I can have Mass Effect remastered, because...
Well, they already, on the Xbox One, I think, isn't Mass Effect already on the backwards compatible?
Yeah, it's backwards compatible, which is great. It's a nice way to be able to play those games again. But if I were to be able to play the original Mass Effect trilogy in 4K, I wouldn't complain.
No, I wouldn't complain either. I would go back and replay the Mass Effect games. You know what really got me really interested in Mass Effect was watching the Lost in Space series that just came out on Netflix. That is so heavily influenced by Mass Effect, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like, the entire robot.
The robot is very Geth-like. Let's just put it that way. Have you seen it, Adam? Have you seen that?
I've seen the first few episodes.
Yeah.
And yes, he is very Geth-like.
And even the aesthetic, I love that kind of like, Mass Effect did this well. It took like that 70s style sci-fi or early 80s and like then moved it forward into the future. You know what I mean? And I always liked that, like clean white surfaces and things like that. I always really enjoyed that kind of stuff. And also Mass Effect does something that early sci-fi did really well, which is like there's a horrific aspect to it. Like the husks and what they do with people.
Oh, right.
It's just really, it's kind of horrifying,
It's awful.
Or even the Reapers and everything like that. It's just, sci-fi always did a really good job of like doing these really like heady horror films that were kind of disguised as sci-fi, like stuff like Alien and Aliens. But Star Wars, and as we leaned more into that, kind of bubblegum sci-fi, it got a little bit more clean. And I always liked kind of Mass Effect getting back towards that, especially for something by a publisher like EA.
Now, we're about 5 minutes out from the EA briefing starting. It's coming up quick. I want to give you guys a heads up, bit of housekeeping. We're not going to have a whole podcast going during the presentation. We will try and focus as much on that as we can, but we will have reactions if we think something is really cool or particularly dumb, and we might tag things for discussion after the briefing. So this won't be full radio silence with pure presentation. There are plenty of places that are doing that. We'll have a couple of reactions, but we'll try not to overshadow it and try not to make it confusing. So you can hear everyone in the briefing talk. as well and get the information that you want to get. But I want to give you a heads up about that because some people get taken by surprise when we my God.
Well, try not to speculate though, because sometimes you can realize what's coming right before it comes, and I don't want to speculate.
You want to say the
Pre-spoil.
We'll do a wrap up at the end, maybe.
Exactly
and
right.
Talk about some of our favorites and things that we saw during that stream.
Yeah, so we'll stick around for a little bit after the briefing. We'll talk about the things that we liked, the things that we weren't huge fans of. Preview what we've got tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Xbox and Bethesda briefings, so that'll be a lot of fun. But I didn't want to start the briefing without at least like a little bit of a heads up about how we treat it differently.
Well, before we head into the EA one, do you want to talk a little bit about the coverage and the schedule for what's coming for this weekend and week to come?
Yeah, we got a lot of it.
Yeah.
So we're doing this briefing. Obviously, we've got Xbox tomorrow and Bethesda tomorrow. Monday, we're starting bright and early with the Square Enix presentation. We'll be doing a pre-show like this from 9:30 a.m. and running all the way through the PlayStation presentation and then doing a bit of a post show on that. So you can stick with us all day long. And then starting on Tuesday, that's when the E3 show floor actually opens. That's when E3 officially begins. And we'll be doing the Nintendo briefing that morning, and then we kick into our full day of coverage. We've got a lot of really amazing games and really amazing developers coming on, so we'll be doing 10 to 4 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday with a bunch of guests. We'll be sharing more about those guests, too, as we get closer to it. A bunch of them in our schedule are still, unannounced game, so we're going to find out what it is we're going to show you in some of those cases, but we will have a bunch of EA titles. We're going to be doing a little bit with the EA Sports team. On Tuesday, we've got Anthem, so we'll be talking to them, Battlefield 5 as well. So we'll be basically taking what we learned at this briefing and then getting more detail from the developers about those games and getting more gameplay and all that stuff. So I hope you guys are able to tune into that. If you're not, we'll be posting up the individual segments on the Know afterwards, so you can use it like an a la carte menu and pick which ones you want to learn about specifically. So I'm pretty excited about it. It's like every year this is a huge project for us. We have a lot of fun doing it. We're all exhausted. Thank God for coffee. I worship at that altar.
All right, well, we are about 3 minutes away at this point from EA Play.
I'm so excited.
How can people reach out to us if they want to talk to us during this?
So we are monitoring. We're monitoring the chat on both the Rooster Teeth YouTube channel and the Know channel. I've got Rooster Teeth right here. If you're seeing snarky comments, that might be from me. Adam is manning the Know channel chat right now. We'll all hop into those as well and monitor as best we can while trying not to get too distracted by the chat to talk.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of chat. People are excited. We've got a lot of people watching, and I think everyone's ready to finally just to kick off E3. I think we wait all year for this, all the big news to come out, and so don't let us down, EA. You brought us out here a day early. Make it worth our while.
Although, can I just say that it seems like this year E3 started at the beginning of May. Everyone's been announcing everything. They announced Hitman 2. They did the Fallout announcement. They announced Rage 2. They announced the I'm losing track at this point. The last couple of days in particular, there have been so many announcements that I can't even follow them all.
People seem to be doing a lot more reactive announcements now. Like, oh, this keychain from Assassin's Creed is here, and like an hour later, Assassin's Creed's like, yeah, we're making that game. That's cool.
Yeah, I feel
Thanks,
like
guys.
That's another one.
In the past, the course was always, I think, to ignore any leaks or ignore anything like this until the conference and then just show it there. But you're right, I think it's a lot more reactive now, and I think they're trying to get out in front of it and control the messaging.
Yeah, Rage did a particularly good job of that, I thought.
Critiquing the Walmart 2 art, how it was off-brand, I thought was really, really great.
Yeah, well, and if that really is reflecting the tone of the game, it seems like that game is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Like the kind of like fill, especially the niche we're not getting right now with the lack of new Borderlands.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, because you just referred to E3 as a conference. Now that it's open to the public and has been for, this is the second year, right? That it's been open to the public?
Oh.
Is it a conference or is it a convention?
We're 1 minute out.
Conference.
You still call it a conference?
Yeah, I still call it a conference. Yeah. It's. I think the focus is definitely on the conference aspect, and it's kind of pivoting maybe towards convention, but I think I still definitely consider it conference.
And it is one of those events that I think you actually are better off watching it from afar. And I wouldn't say that about every live event. But E3, you get way more information, I think.
Yeah, we're
tuning in from home.
We're here, and we're still going to see almost nothing. Of it.
We will learn a lot from people in the chat.
Yes. Every night I have to review streams and stuff that I saw online to make sure that I'm informed to talk about whatever we're talking about the next day.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate in the coverage that we do because a lot of the games and developers will come to us. Just like we're about to go to the EA briefing. Let's do this. I'm so excited. Okay, ready? 9, 8, 7, 6.
What's next? 5. Oh,
4.
Did not see that coming.
1. And it starts.
And it starts. Mine was closer.
Wow.
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, understand what's happening.
See, I wonder what that looks like live.
Oh, win screen?
Oh my gosh, how cool was that? So that was Anthem. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. But welcome everybody to EA Play. I'm Andrea Renee, and while you might recognize me from the gaming community, I'm kind of a new face around here. So this year, EA wanted to change things up because they know that I'm both a gamer and a fan. So they invited me to come and host the show. And I think this year is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I hope you're ready because we're about to kick the press conference off. But before we do that, EA Play is more than just the show you're about to watch. Right behind these doors, there is a fan fest outside, and it is huge this year. It's a full 3-day gaming festival where thousands of gamers can come and play games for free. Now, inside the theater here, there are hundreds of community members from all over the world who are going to be capturing, streaming, and getting their first impressions of the games that we're going to be showing off here today. But before we can get to that, we've got some reveals, of course. We're going to kick things off with a look at Battlefield 5 multiplayer. Now, I know Trevor Noah gave you the first look. Yeah, we can clap it up. Last month, but we've got some new stuff to show you today. Then we're going to move on to FIFA 19, and boy, do they have some big news, you guys. Any World Cup fans? You guys excited? Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Then we've got 2 new indie games to share, and then I'm going to come back towards the end of the show with some of my favorite developers to give you guys a nice, meaty look at Anthem. And of course,
I like meat.
yeah, we got the woos for Anthem. I'm into it. You want to do this with me? Well, wouldn't it be fun, you guys, if I told you all the secrets at once, right? Well, give him a break. He needs to just enjoy the show. So without further ado, let's get things started.
Wow, she's a great choice, man. She's so natural.
Yeah, Andrea Renee is she's part of What's Good Games. They're awesome. If you aren't familiar with them, you should absolutely check them out.
Okay.
A long transition, maybe.
Right, it's time to kick this thing off. It's been 2 weeks since the reveal of Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's been exciting, there's been a lot of speculation, and so many brilliant remixes of a reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you want to see more gameplay innovations. You want to know how customization actually works, and you want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and why this is the deepest and most immersive battlefield yet.
It certainly is. You will be able to dive and smash through windows to surprise your enemies. Where previously defenses were stationary, you will now be able to move these weapons around on the battlefield and gain advantages. And our renowned distraction system is back and more impactful than ever. So, well, you can't really hide from those pesky tanks anymore as they come chasing it for you, as they rip through those buildings. And you will now be able to customize your soldiers, your vehicles, and your weapons, not only for the gameplay, but for the looks, as part of our portrayal of the Second World War.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg in Battlefield 5. You're going to see a lot more of our new gameplay systems here at EA Play from our community. So let's talk about our single player in War Stories.
Yes, let's do that. So we want to tell you about those untold stories that got us excited to start with on this game. It's about, what you will see is really those moments of human heroism. It is about witnessing the war through the eyes of the men and the women who shaped the world forever. Real and relatable people facing the brutality of war. We started off by an exclusive look at the Nordlys war story over at the Xbox briefing tomorrow.
Thanks, Lasse. Something not to miss tomorrow. So, our launch in October is just the beginning. You will all go on an expanding journey through the Second World War. No loot boxes, no premium pass. Every day will bring something new. And as part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
Mm-hmm. It's Royale. It's Royale reimagined for Battlefield. So we bring those pillars of Battlefield with destruction, team play, vehicles into this new experience. So we will bring you experience that you haven't played before in Battlefield or anywhere else. But more about that later this year.
Awesome.
So with that, it's time to show you what makes Battlefield so special. It's the unmatched intensity of our multiplayer sandbox, and this time, it's even more epic, fighting across multiple maps and modes. Welcome to your next Battlefield experience, and this is your first look at ground operations. And this time, even featuring music.
Ikke en dråpe. Jeg elsker deg.
Sus!
Quando eu era criança, sempre sonhei em tornar-me um campeão. É preciso determinação e vontade de vencer. Até mesmo nos momentos mais difíceis,
100
tu
soccer
tens de
players
continuar
drop
a
on an
acreditar.
island.
Esta é a tua oportunidade de te mostrares ao mundo. Tu és um campeão.
I'm bred for this moment. I
I mean, I'm shocked. I wasn't sure they were going to do another
Really
FIFA
quickly,
game.
Battlefield, being back in World War II, will draw me back into the Battlefield series for sure.
That's where I started. 1942 was
Yeah.
the jam.
I was hoping Battlefield 1 would draw me in, just didn't quite, but I know that will.
It was a good game.
Also, they kept, you can see the kind of legacy of Bad Company in the destructibility of the buildings, you know?
I wish they'd make another Bad Company.
I know, we all do, but.
That's the UEFA Champions League, the pinnacle of club football, where the world's best clubs compete and icons of the game like Gerrard and Cruyff cemented their legacies. The world's biggest league joins the world's game. And a special thanks to the legendary Hans Zimmer and LA's own Vince Staples for collaborating with us on the trailer. And I really love the trailer because it captures our epic vision for how the Champions League comes to life in FIFA 19. And Lena's going to tell you a little bit more about that.
As Aaron said, the UEFA Champions League is an amazing addition for the game. It's where football's biggest heroes like Ronaldo and Neymar clash every year. And it's the place where champions rise. And you've been asking for this for a long time, and we are thrilled that it's here. And that's why we're bringing the Champions League across the game. There'll be an authentic Champions League tournament mode. Your club will chase this trophy in career mode. Alex Hunter will pursue Champions League glory in your story mode, The Journey, and in FIFA Ultimate Team, there'll be live and authentic Champions League content. And we'll share more details on that along with all our other Ultimate Team features later this summer.
And all that's just the beginning. As you know, the heart and soul of FIFA is gameplay. And this year, we're giving you the tools to control the pitch in every moment, from your tactical approach to the match to each technical touch. And we know how passionate you are about gameplay, so we've worked hard to shape and refine our vision for FIFA 19 with input from our community. From hands-on tests with beginners to detailed feedback sessions with FIFA pros. And we're going to be sharing a lot more about gameplay throughout the summer, but what I can tell you right now is that the quality bar in gameplay was raised yet again this year. So we look forward to everybody experiencing the game on the hands-on sessions this week. And also, of course, we're extremely excited for everybody to play it when we launch on September 28th. And that's our FIFA 19 news, headlined by the UEFA Champions League. But I just wanted to take a minute to pause and reflect, standing next to surreal.
Evet arkadaşlar, ben de geldim. Bugün sizlerle birlikte EA'nin yaptığı oyunlar, yeni çıkan oyunların videosunu izliyoruz.
The World Cup. And with the tournament starting in just 5 days, we're excited for the world to compete for it in FIFA 18.
As you can imagine, all of us on the FIFA team can't wait for the start of the World Cup. And we want to celebrate with FIFA 18 players, which is why we've just updated the game with a free World Cup experience on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS, PC, and Nintendo Switch. But you can take Ronaldo and Portugal to their first World Cup victory. Or you can write your own story with some great nations.
Sabrihan kardeşimiz burada. Hoş geldin Sabrihan'cığım. Şu an FIFA 18 izliyoruz. Battlefield'ı gördünüz.
Iceland. Who would have thought that a nation of only 350,000 people would ever qualify? And you can feel their excitement.
Evet, gördüm Sabrihan'cığım. Hoş geldiniz tekrardan arkadaşlar.
And Lena isn't the only one who's excited. FIFA 18 players are loving the World Cup experience so far. But we don't want to stop there. We want to invite everyone to come and join the celebration. So I'm pleased to announce that for a limited time, FIFA 18 complete with the entire World Cup experience is available for a free trial on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and on PC through Origin Access.
Evet arkadaşlar, FIFA 18'i gördüğünüz gibi Xbox One, PlayStation 4 ve PC için çıkıyor. Aynı şekilde Battlefield 5 de o şekilde.
So to kick off the trial, we've got some of the world's biggest creators who are going to be playing live at the end of the show, representing their nations in a little mini World Cup tournament.
And
Daha
this
sonra
summer will bring
açacağım
so much more for
Sabrihancığım.
FIFA fans. Plenty of FIFA 18 content centered
Biraz
around the
dedik
World
videoları
Cup,
izleyelim.
and we'll bring you all the details on FIFA 19. But in the meantime, let's all enjoy the World Cup. Thank you and auf Wiesbaden!
Evet arkadaşlar, inanılmaz şekilde EA bu sene güçlü bir şekilde geliyor. Bakalım yine satış kampanyalarına ne yapacaklar. Büyük ihtimalle yeniden win to pay yapabilirler arkadaşlar, her zamanki olduğu gibi.
Well, with all the marketing around the World Cup, why not tie into that? I mean, everyone's going to be really keyed into it, even people who are in the years after the World Cup. Right.
FIFA 19, you know, the FIFA community never rests. 20 million people from 60 countries playing in competitive leagues this year. Well, the FIFA team never rests either, bringing the Champions League and the World Cup and so much other greatness to FIFA this year. We can't wait for you to experience it all. We've got so much to do here today, but I want to welcome you to EA Play. It's our third EA Play and our second one in Hollywood, and we couldn't be more excited to have you with us to share all the games that we have to show you. We've got lots to do, but before we move on, I'd like to share just a couple of things. The greatest disruption to the consumption of entertainment media in the last 5 years is the combination of streaming plus subscription. As consumers, watching movies, watching TV, listening to music, reading books has never been easier. And we believe that disruption is going to be a
Yok, bir şey olmadı, bir sıkıntı yok.
on our industry in the next
Sadece zamanı gelince açmaya karar verdim. Zaten bugün birazcık stream'i de erken açtım biliyorsun. Saat 9'da çekilişimiz var. Eve daha yeni gelmiştim. Üstümü hızlı hızlı çıkarttım, hazırlandım, bir duş aldım.
For others, it's going to mean new games and new modalities of play across a whole variety of platforms. But for everyone, it's going to mean games anywhere, anytime.
Oyunlar artık telefondan da oynayabiliyoruz. Wow. Arkadaşlar, EA nasıl bir şey hazırlıyor? Şuna bakın.
In HD from the cloud to multiple devices that you'll be able to try out for yourselves. Now, it's not quite ready for full market prime time yet, but it is a promise of what we hope to bring you in the future. The second part of that, of course, is subscription. And we started subscription a number of years ago, and many millions of you have signed up
Evet, kendini bilmez bir kişi daha geldi.
have full access to a great catalog of games. Today, we're announcing Origin Access.
Arkadaşım, beğenmiyorsan çıkabilirsin yayından.
So, 3 things you need to know about it. Origin Access Premier will bring you all of our new PC games, starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade. Then FIFA 19, Battlefield 5, and of course Anthem. And there'll be many more titles in the years to come. Second, you get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers. And third, it will launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year, but if you want to get started right now and experience the benefits and joys of subscription, come in and play a free trial of Origin Access, our base subscription, this weekend. Thank you and have a great show.
İyi yapmışsın Sabrihancığım.
Yes, they mentioned it earlier too.
Yeah, it was in the FIFA announcement. Just want to say real quick, Madden on PC I'm actually pretty excited about. It would be great if there was a mode where you could let the game play itself, so that you could just run like a manager season. I've always liked that about PC sports games, and it seems to be left out of consoles these days.
I think they have that now.
Yeah.
Büyük ihtimalle Origin'i de geliştirecekler. Biliyorsunuz Origin'in o kadar iyi bir sistemi yoktu.
What's up? So I'm here sitting inside the crowd at EA Play, and I just happened to find Mr. Vince Zampella here in the audience from Respawn. What's going on, Vince? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love this stuff. I love seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited about that meta on PC, right? Yeah. So, you guys may have seen that Vince was tweeting yesterday, and there has been a bunch of speculation. So, you want to just get right to it?
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. The teams are kicking ass. But we wanted to bring a little tidbit. So we've been working with Lucas on getting the name and kind of the setting for what our Star Wars game is going to be, and we're going to talk about it right now.
Oh, you guys got any guesses? I bet you the internet is going wild right now.
I hope so. So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
Woo! So Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, so it kind of gives you some idea that you'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like hold a lightsaber?
What?
Yes.
In a Star Wars game?
So Vince, you got anything else?
Well, it takes place during the dark times. Trying to be a little vague here, but when the Jedis are being hunted, so it's going to be spectacular.
So for all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in the timeline, like between which episodes is it?
There you go, bro.
Between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
With
Between
the tough
3 and 4.
questions, love it.
That sounds like a nice time. You got any other tidbits? No?
It's not a nice.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Bad time. Does that mean it's going to just be all dark and serious?
It's amazing.
All right, so I think people are now anxiously want to know, like, when can we play the game?
It will be holiday of next year, 2019, not this year.
Sorry to dash any hopes.
They're not going to show anything though?
But now that we know, we
like
can set expectations. We're all going to be amped up. And hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next year.
They're not going to make holiday 19 then.
Sabrancığım ben o tipler için kesinlikle ve kesinlikle sinirimi bozmam. Sadece onlar hakaret ederekten kendi acizliklerini gösterirler. Kesinlikle ve kesinlikle aklımda öyle bir sinir bozukluğu ya da yaşadığı bir sinir bozukluğu yok. Sadece yazık ailesi iyi bir terbiye verememiş, insanlarla nasıl diyalog kuracağını bilemiyor. Ondan dolayı ben arkadaşımızın adına sadece üzüldüm.
So we launched our game in November of last year, and clearly we didn't get it quite right. So instead of coming out of the gate sprinting,
evet arkadaşlar şu an Battlefront'u izliyoruz.
We had to take a step back and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So we decided to completely overhaul our progression system and add a bunch of new character cosmetics for players to collect instead. So from there,
biliyorsunuz Battlefront 2 çıkmıştı.
Inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And thank you. It turned out to be by far the most popular update of the game, and the team loved building Ewok hunts.
Are they just looping the trailer?
So, as you might know, we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our
yeni haritalar geliyor.
Extraction. So looking forward a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad system.
Onu daha ayarlamadık abicim de bir ayarlayacağız onu biraz sonra.
Team up much easier and play with your friends. We're also adding a new starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ships. And looking ahead a little bit more, we will also be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox experience focused around capturing command posts and attacking and taking out capital ships.
Maybe this is all they've built.
But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars.
Wow. Evet arkadaşlar yeni haritalar, yeni gezegenler, yeni oyun modları.
Featuring multiple levels, including the largest level we have ever built for Battlefront. So let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, let me introduce the most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful
Elise
droid
and Barbara
army
will be
in the
happy about that.
galaxy, General Grievous. And yes, he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oo,
Finally
güzel.
making his debut in Battlefront after all these years. But we're not done. That's not
Biraz
it.
sonra
They will
geçeceğim
not come
oyuna.
alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the
Furkancığım.
Separatist Alliance, Count Dooku, as well as someone to bring balance to the Force, Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker.
You can even get all those likenesses. That's what I'm wondering, especially in
The
McGregor.
team at home is extremely
they can use
excited
it.
to be building
I'm
all
sure
of these
they
cool
have to
things.
have it.
EA and DICE are committed to Battlefront. We had a rough start, but I
Bakarız.
really think that
CS'de
this
de
game has
atabilirim.
a
Başka bir
bright
oyunda
future.
atabilirim. Bir bakalım.
Thank you very
Grupta
much for
kimler var,
playing the
kimler yok.
game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us together.
Ama ilk
We
önce
will
bir
make this
videolarımız
the
bitsin.
greatest game that
Şu
we
an
can
EA'nin
possibly
arkadaşlar
build. There would be
toplantısını
no
izliyoruz.
Battlefront without you.
E3'teki.
So thank you. May the force be with you and enjoy the rest of
Battlefield
your
izledik,
stream.
FIFA 18 izledik ve şimdi de arkadaşlar Battlefront 2'nin yeni gelecek, çıkacak.
After all that initial outrage.
Yeah. It's difficult to acknowledge when
Haritalarına ve oyun modlarına bir göz attık arkadaşlar.
Oh! Oh my god.
Oo.
So cute.
$100 balls of yarn fall on an island.
Oh, he is going to an island. You have to hunt for needles and scissors.
Kimseler yok mu başka Discord'umuzda?
Hi, it's really good to see you. In Unravel, we use yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, we tear that bond up right at the start.
Kaç kişi şu an aktif arkadaşlar Discord'umuzda?
Including your spark. But when things are at their darkest, you find hope. And you form a new bond. And your spark is rekindled. And it leads you off on an adventure.
I'm loving this.
So welcome to Unravel 2. It's a game about fresh starts and second chances. These two little souls who refuse to give up and who build something new and beautiful together.
Güzel.
And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with two characters. You can play it alone, or you can play it in co-op with a friend. But there's always two characters
Bak.
sharing
Ne
one
sohbetler
yarn and
dönüyor.
working together to get through this adventure.
Süpermarketten ne
This
çalsak?
game, it's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging, but above all, it's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy successor. And I want to show it to you now. So I brought some help. So please welcome Michael to the stage. He's a producer at Coldwood.
Your couch co-op?
And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
So this wasn't prepared?
There we are.
Well, it shows that they're doing it.
Yeah, it shows they're doing it.
So when you're playing it by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the
cool.
more fast-paced segments of the game. And we actually try to include
Ya bir sürü oyundan çıkıyor arkadaşlar. Gerçekten bakacak olursanız. Wow.
to have more like thrill and danger and kind of wow moments. Places that were like fun and exciting. And
Ark Mobile'da bunlardan bir tanesi, aynen Sabri Hancı'nın söylediğin gibi.
You can split apart into two and switch back and forth between the two characters because that's how we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game, that you're always working together.
İlginç bir oyuna benziyor. Bakın arkadaşlar, bu arada görebiliyor musunuz bilmiyorum ama problem çözümüne yardımcı olacak bir oyun.
Well, you can merge them together.
So I guess I'll jump in at this. Yeah, come join me.
Like there was that character who was red and blue.
Yeah. I'm gonna be the red one. Okay. You'll be the blue one.
Okay, now they're both playing. So you can play both.
Bunu büyük ihtimalle 2 kişi oynayabileceksiniz arkadaşlar. Ark aynen mobile çıkıyor. Hadi Furkan.
You know, I'm reminded of watching this.
Aynen. Hoş geldin bu arada, DAYNIGHT.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, and this is great game.
Biliyorsunuz arkadaşlar, son zamanlarda da bu tip oyunlar da çok arttı. Yeni yaptığı ve birçok oyun kuruluşunun yaptığı oyunlardan sadece bir tanesi bu.
Like exploring the scale of things is cool. Like all these little tiny things that we don't think about are epic tools for them.
Got it? Oh, very nice.
Gerçekten de adrenalini aslında yüksek oyunlardan bir tanesi. Hem hızlı şekilde düşünmeyi teşvik eden, hem problem çözümünde bulunmanız için çok yönlü düşünmenizi sağlayan oyunlardan bir tanesi. Aynen. 2 kişi oynayabileceksiniz. Çok tatlı olacak ya. Çünkü bu tip oyunlarda kesinlikle arkadaşlarınızla oynadığınız zaman daha çok eğlenceli oluyor.
That sounds like your problem.
Yeah, right. I think that's what they were going for. That's what they're hoping.
Slow-mo.
Bu arada yeni gelen arkadaşımız tekrardan kanalımıza hoş geldi. Bizi takip etmeyi unutmayın arkadaşlar. Bugün akşam Türkiye saatiyle saat 9'da, Avusturya saati ile saat 8'de arkadaşlar çekilişimiz var. Chatten seçeceğimiz şanslı bir kişiye Deadpool figürü hediye edeceğiz. Eğer siz de katılmak isterseniz yapmanız gereken çok basit. DAYNIGHT24 kanalını takip etmek arkadaşlar. Ve aynı şekilde DAYNIGHT24GAMING kanalını Instagram'dan takip etmeniz.
Joseph Marchand in chat saying it's a Thanksgiving turkey.
A lot of repeated imagery in this presentation today.
Aynen o şekilde. Ori ve Brent Frost gerçekten çok başarılı yapıtlardan bir tanesi. Bu E3 inanılmaz şekilde arkadaşlar çok güçlü geldi. Battlefield, hani EA adına konuşurum arkadaşlar. Battlefield 5'ten tutun Battlefront'a, FIFA 18'in oynanış videosundan tutun arkadaşlar. Yeni çıkacak oyunların tanıtımında gerçekten çok güzeldi. Şeker tadındaydı arkadaşlar. Battlefield 5'i de inanılmaz şekilde merakla bekliyoruz ve inanılmaz Bitfrost'un yaptığı arkadaşlar kırılma, parçalanma sahneleri var biliyorsunuz. Unravel 2.
It looks like a really pretty game. It's got a really great art style.
Burada DivNex kardeşim, eğer bize katılmak istersen Discord'umuz da var. Hemen bir tıkla Discord'umuza arkadaşlar katılabilirsiniz. Selamun aleyküm demişsin. Berat Reister. Aleyküm selam. Evet arkadaşlar, yeni gelen kardeşlerimize teker teker bir daha hoş geldiniz diyorum. Bu arada arkadaşlar Discord'umuza katılıp farklı oyunlar oynamak isterseniz, farklı kişiler aramak isterseniz şu an Discord'umuz 30 kişi geçmiş durumda. Gitgide de sayımız artıyor arkadaşlar. Eğer PC üzerindenseniz Discord'umuza katılabilirsiniz. Canlı yayında sohbetlerimize katılabilirsiniz. Yorum videolarımıza katılabilirsiniz. Oo, Way Out arkadaşlar, Way Out. Biliyorsunuz zaten bu oyun çıkmıştı.
In March that game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new, and you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio. So stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to work with independent developers to help them realize their dreams.
Arkadaşlar, Discord'umuzda çok farklı oyunlar dönüyor. Bunlardan işte CS:GO'sundan tutun da PUBG Mobile'e, ya birçok oyunlar. Aynı zamanda ben PlayStation üzerinden yayın yapıyorum arkadaşlar. PlayStation 4. Eğer PlayStation'ınız 4'ünüzde varsa oradan da isterseniz beni ekleyebilirsiniz.
Oceans are hot.
Gartic oyunun oynandığını şu an zannetmiyorum kardeşim. Ama onu da oynayan buluruz yani. Geliyor olurlar.
During the pitch, how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like our whole team, including me, we're super excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited.
Evet, heyecandan konuşamıyor.
She's so cute.
Yeah, if you're not used to talking in front of an audience, it's intimidating. Yeah.
We are Yumai, a small indie game studio from Berlin, and we are developing
Berlin'den arkadaşlar, Alman.
Solitude, or SOS as we call it. The whole journey from the very first concept to actually becoming a part of EA Originals is simply amazing. Let me tell you more about our game. When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This is at the core of everything you will see
Sabiren oynuyorsun.
and hopefully feel.
Şu an EA'de yayınlanan, daha doğrusu E3'te yayınlanan EA videolarına bakıyoruz. Şu an hangi oyundan bahsediyor? Sea of Solitude. Birçok yeni çıkacak oyundan bir tanesi, EA'nin oyunlarından bu sene ve 2009'a kadar, 2019'a kadar arkadaşlar.
You process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art. I'm still amazed how like the concept.
Normalde arkadaşlar facecam'im de var ama şu an sadece kapalı. Dedim gürültü kirliliği yapmayayım arada.
Because it's not a made up story, even though that it takes place in a fantastic setting.
Arkadaşlar şöyle bir hatırlatma daha yapayım yeni gelenler için. Dediğim gibi bugün arkadaşlar saat 9'da Türkiye saatiyle bir çekilişimiz var. Chat üzerinden arkadaşlar tamamen botun seçeceği bir kişi benden Marvel'in Deadpool figürünü kazanacaklar. Eğer kazanmak istiyorsanız arkadaşlar yapmanız gereken çok basit. DAYNIGHT24GAMING, yani bu adresi arkadaşlar takip etmeniz. Aynı zamanda da DAYNIGHT24GAMING Instagram adresimizi takip etmeniz arkadaşlar. Saat 9'da chatten seçeceğimiz bir kişi arkadaşlar Deadpool figürünün sahibi olacak ve onun adresine gönderilecek arkadaşlar. Bizden bir hediye olarak. Sabriyan, bir de burada hava çok sıcak ya. Böyle don atlet geziyoruz artık. Yapacak bir şey yok. Şaka bir yana da arkadaşlar, gerçekten hava burada çok sıcak. Ondan dolayı biraz üzerimi çıkarttım falan.
This is what being human is all about.
Dedim 1 saat 2
And
saat
that's what our
şöyle
game
EA'nin hem
is
videolarını hep
all
birlikte
about.
izleyelim hem de yorumlar
Thank
yapalım.
you.
Sadece sesimi duyun. Zaten ilerleyen saatlerde de facecam'imi kesinlikle açacağım. Ondan sonra oyunlarımızı oynayacağız.
This world that I live in is empty and cold. The
Bu nasıl bir oyunmuş ya?
cuts me and tortures my soul. I'm no child of destiny.
Abicim dur. Ne Ekvador'u? Dur. Ne yaptın?
I've just chased
Orada
you
olsaydık
so
herhalde erirdik bu saate kadar.
I'm too weak to run. A new day
Avusturya'dayım arkadaşlar. Avusturya Viyana'dayım. Avrupa ülkesi olan Avusturya'da.
alone in my room. I tremble.
Avusturya ile Avustralya'yı karıştırmayın arkadaşlar birbirlerine. Evet, ses benzerliği var.
I feel like I get more out of having
Ama
seen some
biliyorsunuz
gameplay as
Çek'e
well. I'm like, oh,
yakın
okay,
olan
it's a
Avusturya'dayım.
puzzle
Yeah.
adventure game.
But I come away from that feeling that there's really limited environments. I feel being every single one. Right.
Aynı zamanda
Maybe it's like
arkadaşlar
Metroidvania style, where you have an area you're just unlocking portions of.
Instagram adresimizde DAYNIGHT24GAMING Instagram adresimizde Avusturya ile ilgili fotoğraflar paylaşıyorum. Turistik gezilecek yerleri arkadaşlar. Görüntüleri. Eğer merak ediyorsanız kesinlikle ve kesinlikle bakmanızı öneririm. Zaten info linkleri de mevcut arkadaşlar. Tek yapmanız gereken info linkine tıklayıp Instagram adresime yönelmeniz.
Like a Instagram story feed there? Or Instagram live?
Evet, gerçekten basketbol severleri için inanılmaz güzel bir oyun daha geliyor.
I don't know what this game's about.
And this is my squad.
NBA Live, EA Sports. Arada güzel güzel reklamlar da geçiyorlar.
LeBron versus one Steph Curry.
My name's Shea Kivlin, aka Young Kiv. I'm from Seattle, Washington. The only goal of mine is really to win the Mountain Dog.
Kiv's been going after that belt since 2016. At some point, he's going to need to get out of this quarterfinal and claim a major.
It's a big night for young Kiv. He's been stuck at the quarterfinals.
And here he is now in his first championship game, looking to accomplish a goal.
Third and four, throws it low. T.Y.
That was a phenomenal read.
Çok teşekkür ederim Beatrice. Berat Reis TR. Şimdi oldu.
Way more than I love winning.
Oh, we have a credible matchup. It's a rematch. Touchdown, Kiv. He throws it high, and young Kiv is going to be your champion. Can I play you again?
You want to get smacked again on TV? Happy face, no. Madden 18 champion.
He's finally done it.
Okay.
Okay, buddy, how you doing?
I've been good. You still recovering from that butt whooping?
Wow, already starting. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Juju
Awkward banter.
Smith-Schuster from the Pittsburgh
Scripted trash
Steelers.
talk. Always the best.
As you guys can see, king of touchdown celebrations. That's pretty fire. I like that a lot. As you guys know, this is Young Kiv, Madden 18, Madden champion. Like, give it up for Young Kiv, y'all. Give it up.
Bu arada Sabrihan da kardeşimiz de bizim iyi bir takipçilerimizden bir tanesi. Sıkı takipçilerimizden bir tanesi.
And your path, to where you're at today.
It's
Her yaş grubundan arkadaşlar oyuncu var bizde. Şu an kanalımızda.
Then I picked up Madden, and at first I was really bad. I was getting blown out online, but I kept at it. I put more and more time into it. Eventually, I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as my graduation.
Wow. Okay. So the key to be the number one player in Madden is to hurt your arm in baseball.
Character creation tool.
Number two, you said you had the decision to go to your graduation or go to a tournament. So, like, what did you do?
I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
There you go. We're out here chasing money.
Wow.
That's awesome. Okay, now the past two, the past few years,
No,
how has
it
it
always
been for you? I
happens.
know you
I would
had some ups
expect
and
players,
downs.
and
It's just overly
been tough.
scripted, I
I've
think.
had a lot of devastating losses. I've been so close so many times. I made the final on TV and got blown out by all those losses. It made me gain a lot of mental toughness, and that's how I got this belt.
That's awesome. That belt is so amazing. There's a lot of, bling on that belt for you.
But the wardrobe was provided by Steam Marketplace.
First look at the Madden 19 trailer. Super excited. It's going to be so fun. It's lit. I honestly wish I can stay right here and talk to you guys forever, but I'm not going to bore you guys. We're going to go out.
Benim yaşım 30.
Belt, round two. So,
Adım İlkan.
have a good day.
Yaşım 30.
100 John Maddens.
Wow, madness. Arkadaşlar Amerikan futbolu da geliyor yeni çıkarttıkları arasında. Biliyorsunuz Amerikan futbolunda da bayağı iyi, çok güzel.
Just to get to this place where you've been told legends are born.
Telefonum şu an yanımda değil Sabriyancığım.
So you can rise. And you rise so that you can truly see that it was really never about reaching the end of the road at all.
I just want to know, can I kneel during
But about all the moments that
It's down on the D-pad.
Wow. Tam savaş gücü, çatışma gücü. Boom.
So, you were in their position. Would you let the moment define you? Or will you define the moment?
Tabii ki yazabilirsin Sabriyancığım. Biraz sonra içeri geçtiğimde bakarım.
It seems like they're really unifying everything across all their different divisions onto that engine.
They also keep pushing the esports angle of their sports games, and it's just like, I just don't see that as major push in esports.
Michael Martinez. How you doing today?
I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah, we're going to do this presentation a little bit differently and give you your first look at a brand new mobile game in a live winner-take-all head-to-head match.
Well,
Michael, why don't you tell us the rules?
Sure thing. The objective is straightforward. Destroy the opponent's base to win. Unit control, super simple. Just tap the destination, unit automatically moves there. The most efficient way to destroy the opponent's base is with this giant nuclear missile in the center of the map. Control the missile by standing on a majority of the control points. A bar fills up while the missile is possessed. Whoever controls the missile when the bar fills up will fire the missile. Takes 2 missiles to destroy the enemy's base and win. That's it.
Sounds great, Michael. Well, enough talking about it. Let's
İki tane
get to this
misilin
match.
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
vurması
we have an
yetiyormuş.
awesome matchup lined up for you here today. Fighting for the blue side of the room. If you could please give a cheer for one of the most formidable RTS players there is. Make some noise for In Control.
Yes. Audience does not sound energetic.
No.
His opponent, fighting for the red side of the room, a competitive mobile gaming phenomenon. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night.
Ben 3 tane üniversite okudum kardeşim. Daha doğrusu 3. şimdi okuyacağım. 2 tane üniversite bitirdim. Psikologluk üzerine.
Nobody necessarily knows. They have to explain what the game is.
Oh, ses çızırtı yapıyor. Galiba onlardan.
Ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's do it.
All right, let's kick this off.
Evet, yayınlandı arkadaşlar. Birisi çocuk ve gençlik eğitimi üzerine okudum. İkincisi de gençlik psikolojisi. Yani çocuk ve gençlik psikolojisi üzerine okudum. Şimdi de pedagoji okuyacağım. Bakalım.
trying to take that position. Nick and Knight being able to reach it a little bit first in a strategy game. That flank position that In Control is going from the top side, also very important as Nick and Knight's forces have to circle around the
Kelly
center.
Roberts, Kenny in chat is asking, is this Command and Conquer?
Right, I saw when I wondered like what IP is this based on when I saw it because it's EA, you know?
Arkadaşlar bu arada bu oyunu da telefonda oynayabiliyorsunuz.
New or generic.
Yeah.
Yani anlayacağın Berat Reis kardeşim, ben pedagogum.
They thought that they're not using.
Nick and Knight with some attack bikes in the top. There he is.
In Control placing the turret on the top right side.
Aynı zamanda da hobi olarak bu işi yapıyorum.
Cross between RTS and strategy a little bit, like turn-based strategy. A little bit,
yeah,
because it's got locked positions, but it's real time.
Right, and In Control making a lot of progress to that far right side of the match.
He's done a great job of holding that down with the turret, and now he's redeploying his vehicles to the south side, bringing out more infantry to deal with the attack bikes. And as
Did
that
any of you
economy
guys play
ramps up, of
Clash
course, we're seeing bigger,
Royale
more
or
powerful
Clash Royale?
units
No.
come out.
Is
We
those
have
called
there the
Clash
drill
Royale?
pod coming in
Yes,
the left
there's
side.
a Clash Royale.
Those flamethrowers, right, absolutely. Again, those are going to tear through those infantry.
Yeah, and In Control brings out his first tank. That's going to be used to try and help push back these smaller forces as he makes his way to the south side. That missile passing halfway now. Two zones in control of Nick at Night. He will have the missiles. We see it starts to point
Yeah,
towards
there's
In
some
Control's
bizarre
base.
choices at this press
Let's
conference.
see
Yeah.
if In Control can get around to that top corner, able to halt that missile.
keeping in mind,
He
too, we
does
haven't yet
contest the missile,
seen-
putting it into the yellow position.
Well,
Very important, of
the
course,
potential
blocking
skate.
the pathing of
Do you
those
get an
hits.
extra missile if you connect to Facebook? Is that, can you do that? Still waiting for that part of this presentation.
Share it with your friends.
From Nick at Night to take it out, but now he's
You
bringing out
fight
the missiles
5
able to
friends.
lock down that north position.
This missile is very, very close to firing. Let's see what's going to happen.
With another turret, In Control flanks. He takes the top. That missile
And that
fires.
Wow.
But it's 2 missiles, right? Yep.
One shot away from being knocked out here, as the next one will start to ready up in just a moment's time. In Control's very heady artillery.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Are you on the edge of your seat?
I love this game.
I will definitely give this game a shot, but this is an odd choice for a live presentation.
Like a 30-second act.
Yeah,
in the trailer.
also an available now, go get it kind of a thing.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, as someone just pointed out to me here, that's definitely Tiberium up at the top of the screen.
Oh, yeah.
That sucks. I would rather just have a real Command and Conquer.
Get in there, but there's a great turret
it's not
placement from In
definitely
Control,
Tiberium,
blocking
but-
and just ripping through again. Those
There's a harvester on the left.
And we see In Control now moving his tank
Yeah, if it's a Command and Conquer, do you think they would have called that out?
Maybe it's like at
Maybe
the end,
they're
like
waiting to do
surprise.
their big old mic drop. Like it's Command and Conquer, and it's available right now.
Shout out to Adam Baird with the eagle eyes.
He brings up the laser infantry on the south side as
Be
well.
nice if,
Deal with that tank. Going for counters.
If I was picking a Command and Conquer game to port to mobile, it would be Generals for me then.
Absolutely. Nick at Night cruising around, thinking about harassing those harvesters, coming around the far side for those rhinos. Looks like he's really pressing it.
And we see that missile is starting to get close to firing with 3 zones In Control for Nick and Knight. Looking to set things back the other way. In Control trying to rally his forces around. He
There's
doesn't
a
want to
lot of
engage
time
just
in
one
this
or two
briefing
units.
to
He wants
devote
pull
to
them
this
together,
game.
create a
Especially
good
if Red's gonna fire, and I think someone else has to shoot.
Mech
We get to watch the whole thing.
This is the
Have it in real
Wolverine.
time.
Gonna rip, and this will watch out for this missile.
And Nick and Knight's gonna fire that one off and settle for next missile is gonna end it.
Next missile wins. Let's see what happens.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Control the Wolverines, as you pointed out, for In Control coming out to try and deal with these forces. But Nick at Knight's done a great job of getting map presence and now also harassing the economy of
There he
In
is.
Control.
Yep. Wow. Okay, we've got our first mammoth tank on the board.
Well, it does seem to be limited to a certain amount of time because the missile progresses at its own rate, and it's whoever owns the control points.
Wow.
Deal with those.
A lot going on here.
It's
He's got
turning.
a lot of range, that big boy, and In Control just needs to hold.
This missile is nearly going to fire.
It can be
That's
stolen
80%.
at any point.
Where is it going to go? Is he going to be able to get it off?
He's got it back.
There it is.
Gonna take it. Defeating Nick at
That was
Night
legit.
one.
What a victory.
Amazing.
Well, epic's a word.
What a match. Thank you so much.
That was awesome.
Any thoughts, guys?
I just came to make mammoth tanks, so I've done my job. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was awesome. We saw a little bit of everything right there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for Nathanius, Nick at Night, and In Control. Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was the worldwide reveal of Command and Conquer Rivals.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
okay. Good call, Gus. On the
No, it was
Reimagines the
totally,
real-time
totally got
strategy
help on that one.
experience for mobile. We're giving players complete, continuous control of their armies in quick, competitive head-to-head matches that are fueled by skill and strategy.
Hangi oyunları oynuyorum? Listemde yazdım. Liste var aşağıda. Oradan bakabilirsin info kısmından. Birçok oyun var. Gerçekten birçok oyun oynuyorum. Berat kardeşim. PlayStation 4 üzerinden olsun, PC üzerinden olsun. Eğer oradan bakarsan oynadığım oyunları görebilirsin. Bu arada arkadaşlar mobil oyunu çıkıyor EA'nin. Onu da görebiliyorsunuzdur şu an.
I'm available, EA.
Wow.
I feel like as bad as the presentation as that was, I would probably still try this game.
Wow.
Command and Conquer. Evet arkadaşlar biraz sonra oyun videosuna geçeceğim. Discord'uma geçiş yapacağım. Orada arkadaşlarla birlikte online olacağız. Yavaş yavaş yayınımızın sonuna geliyoruz. Yayının önemli oyunları gördük.
Who come to work every day to create amazing entertainment. And what I can say about all of those teams and what I can say about us is that we are always trying to learn and listen and strive to be better. And so as you look at the 10 experiences that you're going to see today and as you play games this week, there's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is
bakalım bir Sabrihan, eğer çok kalabalık değilse gelebilirsin kardeşim.
How you play, what you play, when you play and what devices you play on.
Evet arkadaşlar bizden ayrılmayın. Yeni bir yayınla biraz sonra tekrardan karşınızda olacağız.
That for every moment that you invest, we know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment that you invest, you feel like you are rewarded and you are given value for that investment. And most importantly, that the games are fun, that we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so, as we think through all the things that we're trying to do, know that we want to be better, and that we want to make great games. And that as much as we love making games, and as much as you love playing them, there's something that is even greater that we
Evet
can do
arkadaşlar
together.
şöyle bir bitiş sahnesini yavaş yavaş geçiyorum.
The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound. Last weekend was
Ve dediğim gibi benden ayrılmayın. Tekrardan karşınızda olacağım. Kendinize şimdilik hoşça kalın. İyi davranın, güzel davranın.